Hey friends, it's Nate Kemper here from Grace Fellowship, and I just wanted to begin talking to you about some of the changes that are going on here with the Young Adults Ministry at Grace. Some of you were around and have been at the last couple of Thursdays where we've started talking about those things. I've just had this feeling for the last couple of months, and I've started evaluating and processing and praying and having some conversations that Young Adults is in a new season of ministry here at Grace Fellowship, and we're looking to impart some new energy and to create some new space with which God can work through our individual lives and through us as a community, and I'm passionate about seeing that happen. But what that meant for me here as the Young Adults pastor was that meant I needed time to gather input, to give God space to speak to me and to speak through the community here about what He's trying to do, and to refocus and renew what it looks like for us to reach the young adults here at Grace, the young adults that already attend the Young Adults Ministry, as well as to find new ways to meet the young adults in the community around us. And so some things have come up. For instance, we've canceled the young adult services for the month of May. And so for the next few Thursday nights showing up at Grace Fellowship, you're not going to find us having a worship experience together. We've canceled that in an effort to put new energy in some other areas. And at the same time, we're changing completely what our summer plans look like from what they've been the last few summers. And so I wanted to give you some of that input. Particularly, I wanted to tell you about the three things you can be doing to help and to work alongside this process and alongside what we think God is doing to see things there. You can see them listed here behind me and next to me on the screen. The first thing is, particularly in May, but this will carry over into June and July, I'm sure, as well, is I want to meet with everybody. Whether you're a past attender of the Young Adults here at Grace, a current attender of the Young Adults here at Grace, or somebody who's never attended the Young Adults here at Grace, but you fit in that 18 to 30 age range, I want to have a meeting with you. I want to talk about what it looks like for a church to meet your needs, what it looks like to offer a program that's designed for you, and I need that input. And I don't just need the input from people who know what we've done in the past. I want input from anybody who's in that 18 to 30 age range about what a church could best do to intersect with your life in the ways that you want it to, and to reach that experience. And I'll be brainstorming then and working alongside whoever's willing to create what that means young adults will look like in the fall this year. So I want that input. Meet with me. That's important. I just want to sit down. I want to ask you some questions. I want to ask you for some feedback. I want to gather your thoughts and your opinions and your energy and your excitement to move forward. The second thing is that we're going to plan our summer together. We're going to do so at a lunch on June 2nd, after the second services here at Grace Fellowship in the North Worship Center. We're going to host a lunch. I'll provide the food, I'll provide the drinks, I'll provide kind of a guided plan, but what we're going to do is we're going to plan out all of the events. We're going to plan an event for every Thursday night in June, July, and August. Some of those will be entirely social. We might go frisbee golfing or do a barbecue or go bowling or for bike rides or something like that. And some of those will be more service oriented. Maybe we'll make food for the homeless and send that to a shelter. Maybe we'll go on site to feed my starving children and pack meals there, those kinds of things. And some of them might have spiritual focus. Maybe we'll prayer walk around a community or go help a family that needs that in those kinds of ways, and give our services there somehow with some really overt spiritual emphasis. And on June 2nd, the hope is that we'll plan that. I don't want to just create these events myself. I don't want to bring all the ideas myself. And so I'll show up, I'll provide the food, and then we'll go from there. I'll say things like, hey, let's try to get 3 service projects. Let's try to do 4 social things. Let's try to do 5 spiritual things, or some semblance like that. And then those of us who have gathered in the room, again, past attenders, current attenders, or young adults who may have never attended one of the services here for young adults at Grace Fellowship, to come and give ideas of just what would be fun to do on Thursday nights through the summer. So I want to ask you, first, meet with me individually, and second, clear your calendars and come to a lunch on June 2nd. And then the third thing, and the thing that I need as much as anything, is I want you to pray. I want you to pray for me, particularly as I make decisions through this process, and pray for what God's going to do through the Young Adults Ministry, both through the summer, but particularly as we start forming a new focus in the fall. And that focus is still really out there. I have no idea at this point how that may end up. I'm at that input gathering stage, and so it could go back to looking like a weekly service worship experience. It could become, say, maybe a monthly worship experience with a monthly service project and 2 weeks of small groups or social things or whatever. It could go all the way to, I don't know, the whole world is a whiteboard, and everything could still be brainstormed as I gather that input. So pray as those decisions are getting made about how God may be leading this church and this ministry to reach young adults. I want to find that time to meet with you. I'm pretty free on Monday afternoons, Tuesday afternoons, all day Wednesday, all day Thursday, and so email me, Facebook me a time that we can set that up. I want to have lunch on June 2nd with as many young adults as we can possibly get in the room to create the awesome kind of events that we would want. And I'm asking you to pray with me about how I'll lead and how we'll direct this ministry in the way that God is asking us to, and to meet the needs, not just of those of us who already attend, not just even of those of us who already attend Grace Fellowship, but all of the young adults that are in the community who also still need a relationship with Jesus. So pray for me in those regards as well. If you've got any questions, if you have any follow-up, if you have any feedback, feel free to contact me and get those things to me in any way you possibly can. Thanks for taking the time to watch this, and let me know any questions you have as a result. You guys rock.